Welcome to the Shock 'em Dead podcast, episode 4. I'm your host, Aaron Franks, and with me as always is my lovely wife, Olivia, who just celebrated a birthday a few days ago.
Yay!
Today we're going to be talking about the movie that inspired the name of the podcast, Shock 'em Dead. We're also going to be talking about Halloween Kills.
Well, we thought of that, yeah.
And the 30th anniversary of Death's album, Human.
One of my favorite albums
ever.
And we're going to be talking about what we've been up to.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, what you been up to?
Same thing you've been up to. Oh, yeah? What's different? Do we play different shows?
I just went to the bathroom.
I did that earlier, too. We don't do that together. It's just weird. Those weird back-to-back couples toilets. Is that real?
Probably. You
don't need to be smelling it. Your significant other's brand. That's just gross.
You poop together, you scoop together.
Scoop what? Poop? Well, okay. So, the past week, it was my birthday. I got some pretty cool stuff. Aaron got me my favorite ice cream cake, Oreo ice cream cake. I said I didn't want anything this year. And we went over to our friend Carrie's, and she made me a birthday cake and got us pizza. It was cool. And Janine, my sister, got me Gorgut's shirt and a Deicide shirt, long sleeves from Wickedness Store, which is basically my wardrobe at this point. And she also got me a Young One shirt. That's awesome. Love the Young Ones, that show. And Dark Place. It's a great show. And had a good birthday. And before my birthday, we played a gig with the new wave of British heavy metal band, Raven.
Our band, Blood Curse.
Yes. We played with them. So what are we going to say about this gig?
It was a gig.
Yep.
We were late getting there because we went to the wrong venue because there's like 5 places with the same name in Louisville.
Yeah, that was super fun. And there was traffic backed up when we realized that we were going to the wrong we pulled up, and I was like, maybe this is it. Let's go in and check. And there was like all these old, like, what are you doing here? Like middle-aged women who look like they got lost on their way to bingo. And they were like, I'm going to shoot some pool. I don't care.
I'm going to get all the 45-year-old men up in this shiz.
But it was just like a bunch of them with their... so many people, so many pool tables. I was like, do you want to play pool this bad that you travel from your house to play pool?
It is Diamond Pub and Billiards.
Yeah, but I don't know. Bars just don't... Me personally, unless we play at one, I'm not gonna be there. I don't like people. If I want beer, I'm gonna buy a case of it and not pay like $6 for a beer or $5 because I guess I'm like fucking redneck or something because I like Budweiser usually. Yeah, not my thing. But I was like, well, we gotta go.
Yep.
Because that was not obviously. I walked in, I was like, no.
They're like, where's the stage?
They want none.
Which we'd been to the venue before to see a show, but we never played there.
Yeah, that's where we saw Creator and Overkill.
Yeah, we walked in and we were very confused because it didn't look anything like it used to. And I guess that's why. It wasn't it.
Yep.
But we get there. We're loading in. We're meeting the second band.
Yeah.
We met them.
Uh-huh.
And then we did a sound check.
Well, the dude starts... I don't know why. Like, usually when we get somewhere... I know we were a little bit late, but it wasn't like we were about to go on. Like, there was still a significant time period in between when we went on
Yeah, we still stood around for like an hour before the show started.
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 beers in there, so... But, like, as soon as I started setting up my kit, the dude starts miking it, and I had just sat my kick drum down, because I had 2. I was like, yeah, I gotta move this. And he was like, well, you could accommodate. I'll accommodate the blah, blah, blah. He kept saying accommodate. And I don't have anything against the dude. He seemed nice enough, but I was like, what are you doing? And then I put both my kicks down, and then he immediately mics the other one. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I'm just going to set it up. And I was getting, like, super anxious because he starts miking everything up. I'm like, we're late. We're going to have to go on earlier, blah, blah, blah. I was like, could you not? And he's, like, right here the whole time. And I started hitting my kick drum, and his face was right down there. I was like, oh, sorry, bud. But I just thought that was odd.
He's like, I'm used to it. I'm a drummer.
Do you put your head in front of your own bass drum? How the fuck's that work?
That's what I do.
Does this sound good? How you'd have to like be Mr. Fantastic, get your head down there in front of a fucking bass drum. Sounds good. I don't know. But anyhow, it was I don't know, we played quite a few shows and I never had that happen. Like when we played for Dirk Snyder, when we opened that one. I mean, the dude waited. Like I set up and then he put the mic clips like on the toms, and that's fine because you don't need to worry about fucking up somebody's mic position, because they started checking my levels like a little bit because I was hitting and I could see the dude back there behind the soundboard, and I was like, okay. But yeah, we
yeah, you did your sound check, and then we played. We played to about 40 people. Wasn't a whole lot there. It was a Wednesday night, and
even though it was a free gig, but Wednesday night.
It didn't get promoted well.
Yeah, I think we did a better job than that. And
then the second band went on, and for some reason everybody left.
Yeah, and then Raven went on.
I guess the ticket price was too much for them, so they all left. And then Raven went on.
Yeah,
It's kind of a bummer because we wanted to, talk to Raven, but they ignored us the whole time.
And I figured because it was Raven, it's not like the most popular band in the world. I mean, they're pretty well known. They've been around for 47 years. It's a long time. And, I get that you play a bunch of shows and you don't really care about the opening act. I guess I would still at least
say hi.
Or maybe check them out even if they looked like they were... Because you could look at a band and be like, they suck. Or like, maybe they're pretty good, And at least for me, that's how I am. But, like, I was 2 feet from John Gallagher at the bar. There was nobody else there. It's not like there was a bunch of people around him being like, oh my gosh, John Gallagher. And I was like, oh man, I've seen that guy since I was, a teenager, because I've known Raven since I was a teenager. And I said, hey, John. Nothing. I was like, okay, well, I have a small voice, whatever. And I said it again. And then he said to the bar, because they ordered food, he was like, we'll be in there. I was like, okay. I ain't gonna try that again. And then, I don't know. It's like, I don't expect somebody to be like, oh my God, a fan. But like, dude, give me a nod or something. I don't know. Maybe he was having a bad day. I mean, I'm a dick sometimes, and I'm not anybody. But yeah.
I got his autograph.
Yeah, because I think that's just standard protocol to be like, yes, I will sign this.
Even though my marker didn't work the first time because it was dried out.
But they seem super nice on stage, which I know. But I was thinking, like, you guys look like, fun dudes. I know he was on Living Fast with Ryan Waste, and he seemed like a nice guy. And Ryan is a nice guy.
Yeah, we talked to Ryan at Hell's Heroes for a while.
Yeah, he knew who I was. I was like, how the fuck you know who I am? But he knew me because Thrash Dance, the fanzine, and I gave him some, and he thanked me, and I think he gave me a pin or something for Bat. Bat's awesome yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was odd. Whatever. Whatever. It was just kind of a bummer, like you said, because I at least wanted to be like, I don't know, talk to them about something.
Yeah, let us sit on his lap and tell us stories of the old war.
I don't know about lap, but like if you want to tell me stories about, hanging out with Angel Witch and stuff.
But he was talking to Scott.
Yeah, he was talking to the one guy who doesn't know, like Raven, and it's not like I know. Like I've I've listened casually to Raven, for years, but I've never been like, oh hell yeah, Raven, I don't know. Not one of my favorite new wave British heavy metal bands, and I'm not saying that because.
Well, you're more into that stuff.
I very much like traditional metal.
I know, that's what some guy said to me the other day.
What?
He said, I don't like that stuff.
He doesn't like dogs making noise? Like, what the fuck's that?
That's the guy at the gig the other night.
Was it that really drunk guy who thought you were the singer of the second band? He was like, you need some more energy with his fucking safari hat. I was like, yeah. I'll take that advice to heart. Is that who said it, though?
Probably.
Or is it the dude that stepped on me and pushed me around at Blood and the Wolf?
It wasn't him.
Blood of the Wolf. But yeah, you know what? The positives of that gig. It was still cool to play with Raven. And I don't dislike Raven. I don't dislike those dudes. I just think, I was just like, man, really? Can't even give me a something? But, John said, how are you? When I was sitting on the stairs after we played, and I was like, hey, you guys are awesome. Just kept walking. I was like, who cares? But
we did get to hang out with Adam and Stacy.
yeah, it was great to see them. It was, what I enjoyed more was seeing people, because we got to see Adrian, met his girlfriend Gracie. They're cool people. Cody wasn't able to make it out because he had to work, but that sucks. Talked to Cody earlier today. He's a good guy. Really good guy. But, dangus. But, yeah, it was fun to see her. It's always fun hanging out with Scott.
And Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Bob was there. Good old Bob. And
what about those chicken wings we had?
Those were the blandest chicken wings I ever ate. It tasted like I was eating nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Squishy nothing. And I was so hungry because the only thing I had to eat was at like 8 in the morning, and it was a sausage biscuit that I made. And at this point, it's like 8 at night, and I haven't really drank anything, so I got a beer. And then I was like, man, I need something to eat when that second band went on, and so I couldn't take it anymore. And I went and ordered some wings, and I was just staring at the door because the waitress comes in with the wings, and excuse me, move my mic. But I just kept staring at those doors, and I was like, I need some wings. And she came, or I ended up going in and getting them and bringing them back, and I was like, wings! And I took a bite, and I was like,
wings?
But I looked at them. You know how I asked for no sauce because, look, listen, you don't want buffalo wings if you got to drive home. First off, you got to wait like 2 to 3 hours because you got 2 more bands playing. And then you got to drive home, and it takes us like an hour or something to drive home. I was like, let's just stick with the regular. But when I saw the wings, it wasn't like, the crispy, crunchy, breaded wings.
It was like they
boiled them.
Well, I was going to say deep fried them, but without...
It was like it's like they got chicken wings and fucking boiled them.
Well, I thought it looked like they deep fried them, but without any batter. It was just chicken and grease.
Yeah, and even if you did put sauce on that, I don't know how good that would be, because the chicken was tasteless.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't have that ready in a brine or something? I don't know how it works.
They probably pulled it out of a freezer and threw it in the microwave.
Oh, God, probably. that lady at the bar, like, I understand you work at a bar and it probably sucks, but she was just like, eh. I was like, okay.
You want the what? Chicken wings? I ain't seen the chicken wings since... I don't know.
Well, she wasn't 70. She looked about my age, but she looked pissed off. It was like, whatever. But man, there was this sauce that came with it. I don't know what it was. It was like ranch or something. I don't even like ranch, but I dipped it in there because it was like, at this point...
It was some white milky substance.
That's disgusting. But I was going to say, if I had smacked the chicken wing on the ground and ate it, it would have at least had some taste. It wouldn't have been good, but it would have had some taste. So I just dipped it in that ranch stuff, and then I put it on the merch table, and I was like, $5 ranch. And Adam was like, you want me to sign this? I'm over here signing ranch. Love those guys. Guys and girl. Adam and Stacy.
From Savage Master. They were supposed to have played the gig with us, but they had some, was it like someone quit the band or something?
Some issue, I'm not sure.
Personnel issues with the band or something like that. I don't know. They couldn't make it. They were there to watch us, though.
Yes.
He gave us some t-shirts and records. That was cool.
Yeah, always appreciate them. Anything else to add about? Well, we went to White Castle afterwards, and I was still very hungry. I had like 2 wings, and I was like, I need more food because we all split them, me, Scott, and Aaron. And we went to White Castle, and all I wanted was some chicken rings. They forgot the chicken rings in the order.
I clearly said I want 2 orders of chicken rings.
This happened before when we went and visited my parents in New Jersey, and I really, really wanted a burger from Wendy's, and they just fucking forgot my burger. I don't know what it is with me.
You didn't deserve those chicken wings, and that little boy knew it.
Chicken wings?
Or rings.
I got some wings earlier.
Oh, yeah. You should have went back and been like,
why didn't I deserve them, huh?
Little boy, you need to give me those chicken wings.
Chicken wings, going with that again.
I said rings.
Okay. But those fries were bland as hell. There was if there were any less salt on them, they wouldn't exist. I was like, y'all didn't even get like a in there salt?
There was a everywhere but the fries.
Maybe the little kid was high or something, and he was like, put some salt on my head. Here's your order. You know.
What?
Anyway, it sucked. I was really disappointed. I was like, all I wanted was some chicken rings.
I ate my burgers and fries so fast I couldn't even taste them anyway, so it didn't matter.
I took one bite of one of the sliders, and I was like, I don't want this.
No, you took a bite out of 2 of the sliders.
I think one was me tasting it, and the other one was an angry bite. Because I was like, I'm hungry. But I ended up not eating. I was that angry. And my head was pounding. My only complaint about Raven's set is that they did like 5 guitar solos and bass solos. It was like, guys, you don't even have like 40 people here. You don't need to do that. But that was already in their set list, so whatever.
And I got the set list.
Yeah. And he got bonked on the head.
Yeah. And bass soloed in the face. Bass in the face.
Because John Gallagher was like doing some solo thing and bonking people on the head. He bonked him on the head, but he didn't say hi.
Yeah.
Same thing, you know.
Well, he said hi when I asked him to sign the record the first time and the marker didn't work.
Well, that's good. Let's talk about, I was going to say something better, but, you know, let's get on to Halloween Kills, shall we? Unless you wanted to add something.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to add to that. But Halloween Kills. We watched it yesterday.
Every time I think of that movie, I think, no! It's the dude who played Stewart on Mad TV. As soon as I saw him, I was like, no way. Because I had seen the pictures of Stewart going, no! And Michael Myers, and I was like, what? Because I didn't watch like any trailers besides the ones that they shoved down your throat. I just wanted to watch the movie.
And I liked it. It was alright.
I thought it was alright, yeah. So
It's no Halloween 1, 3, or 2.
I just really don't know why they keep going. And people were like, well, it's closure or something. It's like, I don't want closure. The first one would have been a good cap off for me. I don't care. I don't care.
It was no Rob Zombie's Halloween.
No, it wasn't, because it was way better than that. Fucking, I'm a little kid and I'm pissed off. I listen to Kiss and I'm gonna kill somebody in the woods.
It was no Kenny Powers.
I thought he worked on it.
He did. He helped write it.
You know what my main issue was the pacing. Like, I like slow-paced movies, or slow burns, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, I like movies like that, but this was like, okay. Like, in the beginning, how many more times were they going to say evil dies tonight? And then they started chanting it, and I was like, I understand somebody read the script and was like, that's a cool line. Let's use it 5 million times. It's like...
Evil dies tonight. Woo! Evil dies tonight.
Woo! There's a dance number in the hospital. Why were so many people at the fucking hospital? Why?
Because they were drunk.
That's where you get drunk.
Halloween party at the hospital.
That happens every year. I just never go. Yeah, but you know, I feel like it could have cut to when, you know, Lori wakes up, and why was her daughter wearing a Christmas sweater? Any explanation to that? She had like reindeer or something on her sweater the whole time.
I don't know. We didn't watch the first one again before we watched Halloween Kills.
I think I liked that one. I don't remember, but you know.
Because we watched it at the theater when it came out, and that was it.
Yeah, I remember the like I said, that trap door deal she had in her kitchen. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that and the kid getting impaled by the fence up through his head.
So, it was a Savini kill right there.
That was the only things I really remembered from Halloween 2018.
Yeah, but that, like I said, the pacing in this one was like build up for like ever. And then it was like some cool kills. Like, you know what really got me? I know you know because you're watching it with me, is the armpit kill.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Right there.
Right in the pit.
Yeah, what is there? Because that is
that's a straight shot to your heart.
Yeah. My God. And then the first kill that he did with that couple where the lady was flying the drone.
Mm-hmm.
These kill scenes were good. But it's like, why you got like, I remember in the 70s when blah, blah, blah. And they're in the bar and they start. I'm like, why are you guys doing this monologue? Like, we have no idea what Halloween is. It's like you're just assuming that I'm an idiot that has no idea what Michael Myers is or anything. Let's just cut to the chase. You don't need to do a giant recap. We know the fucking story.
Mm-hmm. Especially since it's the second movie in a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of figured out who he was in the first one.
And if you didn't know who Michael Myers was, at least on a basic level by that point, why were you watching it? But that first kill scene was pretty cool. Like, the fact that he just got that light, that would be terrible. But that lady just gave up. She was just, but I mean, if you see Michael Myers in your house.
Yeah, and he just killed your husband. Yeah,
but then he made her watch, and he just got the rest of the knives and stuck it in it and was like, I like this one. I'll take this one, bye. Yeah. And then went off and killed more. And the other thing that I really liked was the reaction. I don't know why specifically this is why I like this, but the reaction of the back door being open when they heard somebody, pound on the front door, because we've all heard that. And I don't know who likes that. Like, oh man, pounding at the front door. But even just like somebody knocking loudly on the front door, it's jarring and it's scary. You don't know who's there, especially on Halloween, with where, the murders happen with Michael Myers and everything. And the stories on the news about the murder and all that stuff. And 2 guys are sitting on the couch, one being Stuart. I don't know his...
They were Big John and Little John.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because they kept saying Big John. I was like, who says their name that much?
What?
Who does?
What are you talking about, Olivia?
I almost never hear you say my name. But when am I like, Aaron, can you please, Aaron, get me an Aaron drink?
Olivia, come to the bathroom and wipe my butt.
No.
Anyway, back to the steward opening. Or seeing the back door open?
Yeah, well, the front door, somebody's banging on the front door, and he opens it, or the one guy opens it.
Big John. Or
even though it was reversed. No, it was reversed.
Little John.
No, I think he was Little John, or no, Big John, and the other one was Little John, because I think it was reversed because one was bigger than the other.
Which one was Lil John?
I thought that's what it said in the beginning credits. I was like, Little John. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But the one guy goes out front, and he's like, "Who are you kids? Next time I'm getting the rake," or whatever he said. And then
Pitchfork.
Yeah, and then the other John comes up to the front door, and he's like, "Did you lock the back door?" And that pause where he's like, "I'll check," when he knows he didn't. And then he goes back and he sees the door open, and he just stands there like, that's what happens. That's what would happen, because I feel like people would ham that up a lot, like, "Oh, the back door is still open," or like, "Ah!" But that was very accurate, because there have been times when, you hear something, and then for some reason another noise happens in your house when you hear something go on at the front door, and you're not sure if it's locked or not, and you're just like, deer in the headlights. Excuse me. And then you get your baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was...
Or your gun blade.
Yeah. Machete, gun blade, baseball bat. Nail bat. That was in Final Fantasy VII, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nail bat. That was in the remake, too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too old to talk about at some point?
What, Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes.
Well, it's over a year old.
So are the movies that we talk about.
And we don't have a PS5 to play Intergrade.
At least it's just Yuffie. If it were Vincent, I would have been pissed. There's no... They couldn't have introduced Vincent. Let's not get into this.
No, we're talking about Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what my favorite part is, but I can't really think of anything.
What was the plot, basically? It was like... he ain't dead.
It's Michael Myers cleaning house after all these years. He's killing all the people that... from the first movie.
Yeah. Yep.
And those little kids wearing the Halloween 3 masks.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. One was the witch, one was the skull, one was the pumpkin.
And then Michael put the masks on the doctor and nurse and what's her name? One person, one lady. I don't remember what her name was.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna be like, let's throw this on again. I'm just gonna watch other things.
And somebody said someone's name wrong, but now I'm forgetting who it was. We caught a mess up in the...
When was that?
Was it in the movie? What was the dude from Breakfast Club's character's name? I'm having a brain fart.
Johnny? I don't know.
Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy, little kid from the first one.
Yeah, okay, the one that he fell down, saw Michael Myers.
Yeah, well, no, not him. That was...
Yeah, that was Greg or something. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the one, like the little kid from the first one. Paul Rudd was him in 6.
I'm not sure. Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah. You didn't write it down?
Why would I have written it down?
I don't know.
I don't write everything down. You gotta write stuff down, too.
I don't have a pen.
We have like 20 pens in the house.
What house? Oh, you're making me do it.
What a job. Halloween kills Tommy.
Tommy Doyle. Someone called him Tommy O'Doyle.
Seriously? Who called him Tommy? Oh, wait. Yeah, we were like, what?
It was the daughter or the granddaughter. One of the two. Called him Tommy O'Doyle.
What did you think of the hospital stuff?
Well, the chanting was stupid.
Why were there so many people there? Seriously, how many people are usually at a hospital that aren't disabled and, like, unconscious?
Yeah.
Besides the staff. And people waiting in the waiting room for hours and hours and hours. Let's go. Stupid ad.
And then the one crazy guy killed himself.
Yeah, what was that?
That was the dude that broke out of the insane asylum with
maybe
Michael.
I have to watch the other one. I'm not gonna watch the other one again for context. But on IMDb, it has a 5.9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't.
I do like the shots of Michael Myers and the direction of the movie, or the directing, and
him walking out of the burning house was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then he murdered all those firemen.
yeah, I mean, like,
The kills were cool.
yeah, like the one where in the car where he stabs the dude's eye out, so it was like reverse Return of the Living Dead. Not Return of the Living Dead. Dawn of the Dead. The one where they're in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, that's to the gory end album cover.
And when the little curly-headed guy in the dress sees his dad, like, dead up in the attic thing. What?
Cameron. His name is Cameron.
No, the dad's name was Lonnie.
Oh, I thought you said the curly-headed kid, so I said his name is Cameron.
I don't know. He's dumb.
That's why I pointed at his name.
Dylan Arnold.
What a spelling of Allison. Alllyson. Allison.
You never seen Allison spelled like that? Karen. That's Lori's daughter's name.
Yeah, it was a cool kill scenes, plot, whatever.
We watched it on Peacock. What?
The October pics.
Oh, Peacocktober.
I was like, really? Who was like, it's good to go. Woo! But I don't know. I don't have really much to say about it. It was
Me.
writers, John Carpenter.
Conjarpenter.
Based on characters created by.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That dude Scott, whatever that says,
Scott Teems.
and Kenny Powers.
Yeah. Although, how did the end? What was the very end?
He killed all those people. He killed the guy from Breakfast Club.
Michael Myers kills Breakfast Club. I'd watch that. I never really cared for the Breakfast Club. I remember watching that when it would come on TV because there's nothing else on. I was like, wow, I don't like this movie.
Anthony Michael Hall. That's the dude's name.
Yeah.
He was in Weird Science.
And that thing in Futurama where he's like, now this will clear the room, and it's the Breakfast Club soundtrack. Oh, I think that was in the one where he finds out his brother really missed him.
Yeah. The soundtrack was good in Halloween Kills, like as far as the compositions and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was John and Cody Carpenter.
Yeah.
That was about all I liked. I'll be waiting for the third one. Because it's like, I'll probably watch the first one and the third one after this.
Yeah, I feel like it's just going to be like, if it's not like bam, 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 and the last one just kills, and you know what? That's not why I watch a movie, and I don't want anybody to twist it to think that, like, I have a short attention span, and I need just to have something in front of my face constantly, but that was filler. The beginning of that was filler, and it wasn't necessary. At least to me.
And why didn't Karen kill Michael Myers when she had him down?
That's what they always do in those movies. They're like, I hit him once. He should be dead. An indestructible human being that comes back from the dead multiple times who's been shot in the damn face and just keeps on going.
Not in this.
I meant like in general.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they know stories about the boogeyman.
Yeah, because this one is just him after the first one when they arrested him again.
Yeah. Why are they arresting him? Just shoot him.
Well, that's why it showed the flashbacks, because it showed the really cool Dr.
Loomis?
Yeah, Dr. What was I saying? Lemus?
Dr. Lemur? Remember that lemur? He's pretty cool.
Dr. Loomis, that was not CG, that was prosthetics.
What?
Yeah, that was actually a dude. I don't remember what the guy's name was, but they put makeup on him and it looked real. Like, it actually looked like him.
Wow. Man. I wonder who that person was that did that.
I don't know. It should say who played Dr. Loomis on there.
Let's see.
Yeah, but on those flashback scenes, like it showed like that one guy shooting the other cop, and then Dr. Loomis was about to shoot Michael when they were about to arrest him, but he stopped him. So that's why he was saying it was his fault.
Trivia: the masks that the three corpses were wearing on the merry-go-round on the Silver Shamrock masks from Halloween 3. Did you know?
No, I did not know that. What's Halloween 3? Is that like Halloween 2 or something?
Quotes. Laurie Strode. I'm coming for you, Michael. I like how one of the quotes for the
I'm coming for you, Michael.
Happy birthday, Paulie. I just love how Stallone's like, hell yeah, check this shit out.
And Paulie's like,
Get this shit out of my face. You think there's a meatball over here?
my own thing.
We're not bringing that into this.
Okay.
Awful top reviews, awful characters, and adds nothing to the Halloween universe.
Mm-hmm. I do not like, what's that lady, Judy Greer, that plays the Karen?
It's no H2O.
I saw H2O back, like, around when it came out, and I have not seen it since, and I don't really plan on it.
But it's got, who was it, like LL Cool J or something? Let's see. There he's on the cover.
That's not LL Cool J.
Or it's who was it?
That's Halloween Resurrection you just clicked on.
But I didn't mean to. Now it's gone.
Well, there's a man in there.
One of those. Now I'm curious because I was talking to Joe, my sister's boyfriend, about Halloween H2O.
H2O.
20 years later. Because it was so necessary. Wow.
Halloween.
That mask looks like ass. It looks like an alien.
I can't see it.
It looks like a fat alien.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that?
Looks like that one that Tony gave me.
No, that one looks better. For real. Yours looks better. It doesn't even have hair. But those eyes look like... That made me think of the Evil Dead. Her eyes! What was wrong with her eyes? I'm sure everybody listening has headphones.
Come on, go down to the cast.
I'm going.
LL Cool J as
I was right.
Ronnie Dobbs.
Now that movie is awesome. Ronnie Dobbs.
H2O?
No. I don't think Ronnie. But it's got more. It's a 5.8 out of 10, and Halloween Kills is 5.6.
What's Halloween 2 got? What's Halloween 2's
Which one?
The bad one?
Hero. We're for hero. We're the barrier. 2009.
4.8 out of 10. That one's bad.
That one was terrible. That part where he goes in the barn and he sees, like, his mom and a horse and stuff. I was like, you just can't do anything without just being like,
Cherry Moon. Like, I can deal with the first one. I mean, it's not good. I don't like it, but I mean, I can watch it and be like, eh. But that second one's awful.
That's like Lords of Salem. You know what? Honestly, it wasn't bad until the end, and I was like, well, you just threw it in the garbage because it was kind of a cool idea. It had a dreary feel to it. It was had decent pacing for Rob.
The work is hard.
Had to get that in there. It had decent pacing for Rob Zombie, and it was like Sherry was in it because he can't do anything without making Sherry Moon Zombie in it. It's like Tim Burton has to use like the two actors he always uses, but she wasn't. I didn't want to strangle her. Like she's just some lady, which is probably how she normally acts. But the characters that are written for her are terrible.
And the end of the movie, spoiler alert, was just her on a pile of women.
I was like, what just happened? It happened within like 5 minutes. And I was like, nope. Yeah. Nope. It was like, he's like, now it's acid trip time with demons and squirrels and my wife and piles of people.
And
I was testing a pop filter.
You don't have a pop filter. Well, that's a windscreen.
That thing.
And we didn't watch, what was it, 31? Was his other movie?
31. I have no interest.
I don't know. I quit watching his movies. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Texas Chainsaw Man. Oh, I mean, yeah, his very own thing. Intruder.
His own thing. Hi, I'm David Pumpkins.
You had to say it. If I see David damn Pumpkins one more, I don't get it. I don't get David Pumpkins.
Either. I just think it's funny because you don't like it, so I play it all the time.
I like that Tom Hanks is like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And people are like, you're David Pumpkins. And he's like, I have been in hundreds of movies, and you know me as David Pumpkins. I'd be pissed off if I were him. He's directed, produced, been in so many movies, helped write, and David Pumpkins.
Hey, that's that guy that fell in love with a volleyball.
Well, tell you what. Would you like to talk about the main topic of the podcast?
The main topic is... Michael Angelo Batio, Speed Kills. Shock 'em dead.
Yes, this is 1991, The Shock 'em Dead, starring Traci Lords.
Traci, weird nipple lady.
I wish I could unsee that. 5 out of 10. Come on, everybody. Your rating, 10 out of 10. I guess I rated it. I really like the movie. I mean, we named our podcast after it for a reason, not just because it wasn't taken.
Yeah, it's because it's a good movie, even though it's low budget and...
It was shot in like, let's see. Took 3 weeks to write the script, 3 weeks of shooting. Worked 6 days a week, 14 to 20 hours a day. I wrote down quite a bit about this movie. See, now, the reason that I feel like... I don't know if I can speak for you, but the reason that I like it is because it's self-aware. Yeah. It's a comedy, but it's got a decent storyline. It's like fantasy or fiction, like kind of sci-fi stuff, but it's horror, and it's kind of a slasher too, and it's got like I don't know. I think it's got decent elements to it, and people are probably like, this is so cheesy, this is so 80s. It's like, look, if you don't like those kind of movies, then don't fucking watch it.
It's so 80s, it came out in 1991, bro.
That it's double 80s, so it's like 80s
plus 2.
Yeah, so 82. Well, you know, I'm saying that people would just dismiss this. And you know what? I dislike a lot of things, but I enjoyed that movie. I remember when we first watched it, and it started to get going, and like the atmosphere kind of threw me off because it starts out with Martin, the main character, working at a pizza place, or it starts out with a band, and they're trying to find a guitarist, and they can't find it, and they just got booked for a tour, and they're going to get signed to a label, and blah, blah, blah. Their songs. I wrote down the songs that...
I'm a virgin girl. I'll wait till I'm married.
What was the other one? I'm in love with a slut.
Oh, yeah, that was after Angel took over the band, though.
Yes, but that was... Okay, so it's I'm a virgin, and then that went to I'm in love with a slut.
Yeah.
But the music in that movie was written by the directors,
Yeah.
Mark Freed, and Mark Freed also directed the reason he knew Michael Angelo Batio, who played all the guitar solos for that movie. He recorded it in one night.
Yeah.
I think you told me that, didn't you?
Yeah. But he knew Michelangelo because he did his Starlicks video series.
Yeah, and the other... so Mark Freed and Robert Decker wrote all the music.
Yeah, and who was it that sang it? Like Rick Livingstone.
Yep, Rick Livingston.
That's supposed to be Stone. He misspelled it on the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a movie composer and did like soundtracks for TV shows and stuff. And he sang in that band with John Entwistle and what's his name from the Eagles, Joe Walsh.
Yeah, and somebody from Steely Dan, I think.
Yeah.
His name was like Dumpy Shovels or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a what do you call it? Like a
Supergroup or something.
Yeah, supergroup, but with random TV show composer for the singer.
And okay, so the plot starts out with the band looking for a guitarist, and they can't find anybody. And they're like, "Do you know any guitarists?" I'm not sure if it was some guy that was there.
It was just their friend that was helping them set up stuff.
Okay, and he was like, "Well, I know somebody," and he calls up Martin at the
pizza place.
Yeah.
Pizza. What was the name of this pizza? Something.
I have no idea.
Well, whatever it was. Yeah, they call up Martin, and he's like staring at some girl's boobs
through a pizza pepperoni hole.
Pizza peephole.
He had to have drilled that out and
rigged up that pepperoni to turn sideways.
How could nobody have seen him like kneeling on the table?
Yeah.
Why did you have to take off your bra too to change your shirt?
I don't know.
Do you take off your bra to change your shirt?
Sometimes.
Okay. Some people do it. But he's in the middle of doing that, and he...
Like, Martin, you got a phone call.
Yeah, from his jerk boss. And he's like, hello?
Hey,
his
Martin.
nerd is so overbearing.
Yeah. Hey, Martin, do you still play guitar?
I know you live in the same trailer park as me, and they're always complaining about you playing your loud guitar. Well, now would you like to play in a rock and roll band?
Well, that guy didn't live in the trailer park. His dad was the manager of the trailer park.
The dude who, died watching porn?
He's crapping and watching porn at the same time. Yeah, but
he lived the way he died.
We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So, Martin goes to the audition, and he's awful.
Hey guys, I think we found him. And he's like,
the worst guitarist in the world.
The drummer never shuts his mouth, and I don't mean he talks. He's just a mouth breather. He's just...
So, Angel does not get the gig, and then he leaves.
He's fired from his job because he told the boss, "Fuck you."
Yeah, Tony.
And because he was like, "I never asked you for any favors. Could I just go do this audition?" And he's like, "No." So he's just like, "I'm gonna go anyway." And then he comes back after he doesn't get the audition, and he was like, You want a job? I'll give you a job.
You can, or the
Here's a
toilet's
straw.
the toilet's clogged, and here's a straw. Suck it dry, or something like that.
Yeah. And then he actually gets thrown out on his ass, and they see the old voodoo lady.
The racial stereotype voodoo lady.
Yeah, I was like, man, But they had all seen them, and of course there's exposition on the lady. They're like, that's the weird witch lady that does the voodoo. And she sees him on the ground, and it's like, I can give you anything I'm not doing that voice, because that's not a good voice. But she said, I give you anything you want. And he's like, I don't
Martin.
need it. And then he turns around, and
she says his name, even though he didn't tell it to her.
And then she goes back to her witch hut, whatever that would be. I don't know. Was that behind a dumpster or something? Like, did she have a house? What was up with that?
Well, she had a little, like, fortune teller shop thing.
She had a fortune telling hut / witchery unit.
I want to be the coolest rock star ever.
He decidedly was not. But, I mean, I don't think that's the movie's main goal. Because the plot was that he traded his soul right then and there to become the greatest rock star ever. But he didn't know about the catch, because there's always a catch no matter what you're watching, what you're doing. If there's a wish that's made, there's a catch-21.
And his catch was no more hot dogs.
No more hot dogs anymore.
No more food. He couldn't eat food because he didn't have a soul, so he had to eat souls of other people.
Yeah, and he was like, I have to do what? I'd be like, okay. I don't have to worry about eating food. Hell yeah. It's a lot less money I have to spend.
But you like food.
I mean, if it made me sick.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him sick. It makes him die. Because he goes through this dream sequence when he sees himself dead, and then Michael Angelo Batio is one of the few scenes he actually shot for the movie instead of just doing the doubles, and like they filmed that all in one night, like him just doing the stand-in guitar solos, and then him doing we'll talk about his playing later, but he's
got an Iron Bird like that one.
He's got a double.
Yeah, but
it's not a double neck. It's like
two guitars. He's got a left-handed and a right-handed one put together, and he's like playing them both at the same time.
I have a feeling if somebody's listening to this, they do know who Michael Angelo Batio is.
Yeah, but just in case they don't.
Yeah. But he stood in for that, so that's actually him. And Martin has a dream sequence when he sees himself in a casket and he's dead, and then he transforms into he's doing a Martin face over there, like, and his personality changes so quick.
Yeah.
Like it would have made a little more sense if it had just changed when he did, but he's like, oh, where am I? Because he goes through his dream sequence, wakes up with this gnarly wig on, and it just doesn't seem to come off, and he's wearing his button-up shirt that he had on at work and shit.
His weird slacks.
But you know what I really don't understand is that he wakes up and there's two women there, and they're like, everything you see here is yours. And he's like, everything? Everything. And then he knocks over something, and he's like, whoops. And then the one girl goes to pick it up, and then he just starts touching the other one's boobs, and I'm like, why did you...
And then he's like...
But why did you not, like... Why did he knock that over? What was the point of that?
I guess he's just testing them.
Well, you test... She was like, I'll clean that up for you. Also, what was their get-ups? Like, I know it was supposed to be like, we're women, but like...
We're slutty Sunset Strip girls.
But... There was another girl, too, but she was, like, down in the hot tub or something. She was, like, disfigured at birth, and the catch with everybody in this house.
Yeah, they all gave their soul to the voodoo lady.
But these are the only people that she ever messed with?
Heck yeah.
That's what I wonder. Is it, like, there's different houses for different things, and they just got put in this one with Martin? Or is this, like, a weird fever dream he's having, and he's actually just dead or passed out in the alley, and there was no lady, and he just ate some bad chicken or something? And he accidentally took, like, some LSD with his chicken, and he thinks a wadded up trash bag in his stool is Toe Jam and Earl.
Or he took up his boss Tony on the cleaning the toilet with a straw, and he died.
He's in the toilet with a straw just passed out, and he just brings him out in the alleyway. Just toss him in the garbage.
Garbage.
That's actually, it's like in the credits, it's like dun 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 dun, dun and pans over to him in the toilet with a straw. But so he's in this house with the other damned people who have different appearances. That's what they did. They traded their appearances for their soul. But the other girls don't have to ingest souls, or however that works, because there was one that had, it's kind of sad though. The one had terminal cancer, and she gave her soul right then and there to continue living, but she has to feed on other souls, and she can't eat or it'll kill her, just like Martin, because Martin apparently traded his soul up front.
And that one was Monique.
Yeah. And the other two women don't have to do that, I guess. They were acting like they didn't, but then they also...
They didn't give their whole souls.
Yeah, but they also, helped with the murders. I don't know. But... Angel's in there, and he finds out everybody's secret. The one was disfigured. The one was
burned.
Yeah, severely burned. Like she had burns all up and down her skin and everything.
Looking like Freddy Cougar.
And so, so he realizes that he's awesome at guitar, and he suddenly turns into Michael Angelo.
But
Michael Angelo playing banjo, Michael Bangelo.
He walks into the room full of all these cool guitars, and he picks up the most.
He picks up a Strat.
He picks up this.
He picks up a fucking Strat. There's like BC Riches there. There's like Destroyers and Explorers.
There wasn't a Destroyer.
There was an Explorer.
Yeah.
But there's all these guitars, and he's like,
I want the Stratocaster.
And that's what he plays on stage.
His guitar that he had in the trailer park was cooler than the Strat.
Okay, so he realizes that he could play guitar, and then he goes back to the audition when there's this guy there, and I guess he's acceptable. He's like, I'm here to audition for the band. And they're like, well, I think we found someone.
No, he's like, I hear you need a guitarist. And the guy's like, they found one.
That guy was a bad actor. They found one. Did I get it right? Did I get the line right?
Do I get a Snickers bar?
I was promised a Snickers bar and a Juicy Juice, a little can. Somebody gonna help me?
I want some Ecto Cooler.
I want some Ecto Cooler. This kid's getting Ecto Cooler. I'll say some bad lines for that.
Hey, why hasn't there been Ecto Cooler since there's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out next month? I want Ecto Cooler again.
Yeah, I don't really care about that movie. Give me the Ecto Cooler.
But anyway, back to Shock 'em Dead.
Oh, what's going on? Okay. Yeah. But he goes there and he unplugs the other guy, and he's like, hey, what the fuck, man?
And then he's like...
And they're like,
whoa! Whoa!
What was that from?
I don't remember.
That wasn't from Trick or Treat, was it?
No.
Yeah, it was.
What?
When he took the candy, and then he,
oh, yeah.
took that, whoa! We'll talk about that at another point. He goes to the guitar audition, and they're like, whoa, like we said. And then they go on tour, and they start playing. But when they start playing, obviously, Martin wants to get back at that singer who wears a belly shirt and stuff. And,
leotard.
And he has, like, his drug purse in the bathroom before the show, and they're like, we're about to go on. He's like, just a minute. And then he shoots up or whatever. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention that about Halloween Kills. The only other thing I'd like to mention about Halloween Kills, I could see a dude get stabbed in the eye, stabbed in the armpit, multiple knives, everything. When Laurie Strode took out that needle, I was like, can't look. Can't handle it. I could see eyes falling out, blood pouring out, stabbed in the neck, you name it, needles, Okay, so back to that. He starts shooting up and then goes on stage like the Axl Rose he is and starts singing, but then Martin takes over with a much better voice. Like, that was pretty good music. Like, I think it's good music. I mean, it's goofy, but it was still good. And he takes over, and then he gets kicked out, and he's, out of the gate because he goes back to the car. Out of the gate. Whatever he says in the Razor song.
Yeah.
But he gets to his car.
And then he doesn't have his keys.
Because he realizes that it's in his drug purse that he threw on top of the stage.
So he goes back to the gate, and then the guy's like, you can't come in here. And he's like, my girlfriend's in there. And he's like, a lot of people's girlfriend. Oh, I know, that's Wayne's World too.
Did you seriously mix it up?
No.
Okay, I was like, what?
He's like,
Denied.
My keys are in there. He's like, a lot of people's keys are in there.
It's just going to keep going in circles. No, he was like, I'm the singer? And he's like, well, then who's that in there? He's like, that's my damn guitarist. And I was like, I wonder if that's what happened. That one clip where Vince Neil, like, runs off stage like Vince Neil now. And I'd imagine him, like, realizing that the food truck showed up, and he runs out to get, like, a roast beef sandwich or some shit. And then he's not allowed back in, and the guitarist starts singing, and he's like, I need to get back in there. And they're like, well, you can't. He's like, but I'm the singer. Well, what's that up there? That's my damn guitarist, with roast beef running down his chin. I broke my ribs. Someone help. I need a Big Mac stat.
103. Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but when he said that, I was like, man, that's probably what happened to Vince Neil. Oh, yeah. When Martin first realizes that he wakes up and they're like, everything in here is yours. Dude, I just want his wardrobe and the guitars. Like that TSOL shirt, like, I don't want it all cut up like that. But I'll take that shirt. He had some cool shirts. He had, like, belts and stuff and pants that fit him perfectly. It's like, you know what? I just want that. I just want some band shirts and pants.
But now he is a sports commentator.
Didn't you say he plays drums?
Mm-hmm.
Like the actor from Martin?
He was in a band called Snow. Is that what I said?
I'm not sure. I think I wrote it down.
Snow.
I don't know, but that,
Well, he was in a band. He played drums. And apparently he still plays drums.
Oh, you know what was another funny line? That when they first met, the other band and everything, and Angel meets his love interest, who is Traci Lords, who is Lindsay Roberts in the movie. She comes to the party that he throws after he gets, in the band, and they're about to go on tour. And he's like, well, hello there. And she's like, I'm just waiting for my fiance. And he's like, if I were... he was like, you don't live with your fiance? She was like, no, he lives across town. And he was like, well, if you were my fiance, I wouldn't want you living across town. And she said, I wrote the quote down. Let's see. I'm in the old-fashioned school. That's a weird way to put it, because I wrote it down word for word. And I was singing, like, Traci Lords, you are not in the old-fashioned school. Because that was her first movie that wasn't...
Well, she did two about the same time. They're not sure which one was first.
And I thought it was... fucked up what you said they did. It's like because she was in porn and AIDS had just come out. That's what it said. Like it was like coming soon.
AIDS. Do you have AIDS? Well, you do now.
So it's surprise, motherfucker. No, that's not funny. AIDS is not funny though. No. I'm not laughing at that. But I'm saying I thought it was terrible that they had just on a widespread scale, learned about AIDS. And so they made Traci Lords. Let's see.
She had to have her own trailer. She could not drink from the water that other people drank from. And they said that she was dirty.
And nobody wanted to be around her and stuff.
Yeah, everyone stayed away from her because they thought she had AIDS because she was a porn star.
It's like, so none of you have ever had sex before?
Nope.
Because it's not like, I don't understand. How could you just be like, you did it on film? That means AIDS, right? Is that what that means? Mm-hmm. Like, that's crazy. And, Oh, I wrote, why does Angel gurgle up green? Yeah, but that was messed up. And the director was like, well, she was actually pretty nice and professional. I was like, it's because she's a human being. Even if she had AIDS, it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's not like you like shake her hand and you're going to catch it.
Hey, I got the AIDS. That's not how it works. People just like you and me. But getting past that line, it's like, so after that gig where Angel
takes over the band.
Yeah, takes over the band.
They get a record contract.
Well, he realizes he's got a little grumbly in his tummy, you know what I'm saying? So he got to kill somebody, and he uses the same knife to kill. And he sees some girl standing outside the show, and he's like,
Hey, baby.
Does the old Johnny Bravo that didn't exist yet, but he knew. Mm-hmm. He knew about him. And they go back to his car, and I thought this line was a lot cooler than it was. And okay, why would you let somebody you don't know sit in the driver's seat when you're going back in your car?
They were going to drive somewhere.
Why would you let him drive?
I don't know. Because he was in the band. He's cool.
I never got that stigma. I don't know if it's because I play instruments or whatever, but I've never been like, he's cool. He plays guitar. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
So where are we going?
Yeah, and she says, where are we going? And he said, well, you're going to heaven. Or no, yeah, you're going to heaven, and I'm going to hell.
You're
and
going to heaven.
The green eyes and everything.
And then he stabbed her and ate her soul.
And then the one dude who is Traci Lords' character, Lindsay's boyfriend, who is also the bass player in the band of Spastic Colon. That's the name of the band, by the way, Spastic Colon. He sees and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So then he tries to tell other people, and they're like, right.
And then the old singer saw him first, remember?
Oh, yeah, but then he just fucks off, doesn't he?
No, he kills him. Remember, he chases him through the auditorium thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Kills him in the boiler room.
Yeah, it's like a slasher, too. Mm-hmm. And the pacing is good. It's like, it establishes that this is a nerd that trades his soul to become a rock star. Then he finds the band that he wants to get back at, so he takes over. And then he realizes that he has to feed...
souls.
Yeah, off souls.
And he realizes he fell in love with a slut.
I don't think Traci Lords is a slut.
I didn't say that. I mean, that
song. You're talking about that song. Okay. I didn't think you meant that. I was just clarifying. But yeah, he wants Lindsay. He wants to add her to the family. That's what he keeps saying. So he tries to like hypnotize her by playing the guitar, and
say ding 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 ding.
Old Bangelo. Michael Angelo.
Michael Angelo Batio.
He ate 5 of banjo, 4 of coin. Okay, so I sounded like Courage the Cowardly Dog. For some reason, I wrote I'm just dyslexic today. Nasty Savage stabbed in the back because somebody said stabbed in the back, and I thought stabbed in the back.
I wait till I'm married.
Oh man, when he goes back, okay, so after that gig that he plays, and then he kills the singer, and then he kills that girl in the car, and then the police are after him, and they go and try and check his house. And the bassist, who is Lindsay's boyfriend, tips off the police, and he's like, there's some crazy shit going on.
Well, not yet. Remember, they killed the detective first, by accident. Cause,
this is like a detective movie. I mean, it's not like the best, but it's got some different elements to it. That's all I'm saying.
The detective comes to his house, and they let him, like the girls let him in. Angel's not there. And they forget that the knife that he kills people with is laying.
It's just, yeah, it's on the mantle or something in a little, I like the little dish it's in, like, whoa, we don't want to get blood on anything.
So,
we're clean in this house. No AIDS.
The detective sits on the couch and like the girl's like trying to seduce him to distract him, and she's like waving for the other girl to move the knife. Get
if you call that seducing, that's like rape.
Yeah, and so like she like pulls him into her boobs or something, trying to kiss on him and stuff, and the other girl like sees what she was like waving at and grabs the knife and just stabs him in the back. She's like, I didn't want you to kill him. And then,
she said, that's where I thought stabbed in the back, because she was like, you did, I wanted you to find the knife, not stab him in the back. She was like, well, I didn't know. Oh. Early.
I don't want to drive the Segway. But, yeah, then the redheaded one, Monique, she comes in and eats his soul, and they shove him in the closet.
No, it was the closet for that one, and then the other one was the dishwasher.
Yeah, Angel gets a hankering for some soul, so
who doesn't? Am I right?
So he invites some groupie girl that he met at the concert over, and that's when the bass player thinks that that's Lindsay.
Yeah, and then he tips up the police.
Yeah, he goes up and looks through the window and sees them murdering her.
And then they go in and try and find him, and they can't because he's shoved in the dishwasher, and they tried to trick him by pressing the compress button on their trash can.
Yeah.
And he starts digging through the trash can, and the police are like,
get out of here, you punk. And then...
So the police are off his back.
Yeah. So then Lindsay thinks he's going nuts and agrees to meet Angel at the Coliseum or wherever the hell it was, the auditorium thing.
And this is when he definitely has no second thoughts about turning her into his family or whatever. I guess the Damned, not the band, but
he puts her in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, what was that? It was like kiddie pool with some Diet Coke cans in there and stuff, and then he pours for some reason I kept calling it shrimp juice. I was like, he's pouring the shrimp juice in the kiddie pool.
Well, what did he called the kiddie pool something besides it?
He was like a giant vat of water. I was like, that, where?
That is a Dollar Tree.
I was about to say, it looks like the ones that sit outside the Dollar General in the summertime. That's Dollar General special. Use it for your rituals. Use it for your kids. Put some shrimp juice in it. Who cares?
Put your one-of-a-kind BC Rich Warlock in there.
Don't do that, please.
Ain't another one in the world like it.
They said that in the movie, and we were like...
I've got one like right over there. It's just...
Maybe you meant that specific one.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
So then...
What about the pizza joint?
Oh, yeah, he goes back and he kills...
Yeah, but okay, no, he doesn't kill anybody. He just ruins their fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm like, you looked at that girl's titties. You didn't have any problem with anybody else besides
Well, he did kill Tony, the owner.
Yes, he did afterwards. But I was like, what did they do to you? He waterboards the girl in some sauce and or gravy, for my Aunt Ange who's listening.
Sauce.
It could be both. I say sauce. I'm sorry, guys.
99% of the country says sauce.
Yes, but with the 1% in the New Jersey area and the New York areas say gravy because you make gravy on Sunday.
We love you, Aunt Ange.
We do. It's true. But he's like waterboarding the girl in some pizza sauce. I was like, what are you doing? It wasn't even like a smash. It was like he was holding her head under that for like a good 30 seconds.
Well, that's not waterboarding. It's just trying to drown her in gravy. No, I'm saying gravy. Sauce, because you kept saying it. Sauce.
But why? And then he's like, I wanted 8 ounces of cheese. I got 7 ounces.
No, he's like, my pizza only had 16 slices of pepperoni. I was promised 18 slices. I want consistency.
And then he jumps through the pickup window. It's like, dude, you couldn't even come through the... And I like how the other members are like, get a load of this. Like, you don't have any? Any reservations about this dude that just joined your band going, hitting up a pizza joint, just ruining everybody's day, hopping over the counter? You're like, hey, fucking rock star.
I want a farting pizza.
You want your pizza to fart or you want to fart on a pizza?
Yeah, both.
Okay. What? Why? But he like throws cheese in the one girl's face, and then he like the pizza sauce thing. I was like, well, that probably hurts like hell because it was on a boiler. You know that sauce was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got her head in there.
And then that guy that just looked like him before the transformation.
Yeah. I don't get it. Oh yeah, I wonder if they did that on purpose because I guess that was a new guy.
Well, I think like it doesn't explain in the movie, but I think like he's taking the place of someone that was already like the new nerd at the pizza place is like his old identity, and then he took someone else's identity.
That would make sense with that dream sequence of him seeing himself. Like he opened a casket and there was a skeleton, and then he saw himself, and then he looked over and saw Michael Angelo Batio with two women next to him that reminded me of that Morbid Angel picture of them from the Blessed of the Sick era when they're in the woods with a bunch of ladies. But yeah, that makes sense. Because he saw like three people there, and it seemed like he was just using somebody else's body, and maybe he just saw himself.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. But I feel like we're reading too much into this.
But then he goes out back and kills Tony.
Yeah, and then
he says, why don't you suck it up with a straw, or whatever he said to him.
Yeah. And then he kills him. Dunzo.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Nice. But back to Traci. It's like back to Traci Lords in the kiddie pool. We're joined now with Traci Lords in a kiddie pool with some cans.
The boyfriend comes.
There's like people watching.
Yeah, because they think it's part of their stage show
or sound check or something.
Yeah. And the boyfriend, what was his name?
Let's see.
Boyfriend, whatever his name was. He goes to a survival store, like a weapons store.
Was it Tony?
No, Tony's the old pizza man.
Tony, old pizza man. Greg, yes.
He goes to a survival store, and instead of buying a gun, he buys concentrated food.
Which totally exists.
It just says concentrated food on the tube, I'm pretty sure.
And the guy, he's like, do you think if I force somebody to eat it, they'll eat it? And the guy's like, I don't think it tastes that bad. Why? But it was set up like a fireworks stand or something.
And he goes to the auditorium, and he fights with Angel Martin, and then he injects him with food, and then he dies.
What a way to fucking die. Death by food.
And then
his head explodes like that scene in Scanners. He gets injected with food, and then his head fucking explodes.
Have you ever seen that scene in Scanners?
Did you ever see that scene in Scanners where that dude's head blows up?
Yeah, that's what it was.
But that was... And then the credits roll. No, Traci Lords walks away with Greg. Or Lindsay walks away with Greg off into the pillars of this weird stadium. It's like, they don't even play the show. Like, what happened with that?
Well, he's like, I'm in need of a major career change.
Why?
So you don't want to be a bass player anymore? It's like the easiest part of the band.
Yeah, you barely have to do anything.
Especially for his band, because the bass was all keyboards in that music. Like everything but the guitar and the vocals were just done on a keyboard.
And okay, and earlier in the movie, the first time they play a show, this drunk girl comes up to him and she's like, you have some major talent. You're cute. And then he's like, let's go back to my place. I was like, the first bitch that comes up to you and you're like, let's go.
He's the bass player. He's got to take what he can get.
I guess so.
Even though he has Traci Lords.
Yeah, and then she's standing right there.
With
and
her
she's just
nightmare nipples.
Could we not talk about that? I don't want Anyway. But she's standing right there, and he's like, let's go back to my place. And then Angel's like, want to get out of here? And she's like, yes. And then at the end of the movie, they're just walking away, and she was like, everybody has their problems. I was like, he went home with some other girl. That's like a...
Well, he says later in the movie that he didn't. He got there, and then I don't remember what he said. He didn't go through with it. He was worried about where she was.
Well, why did you leave then?
Yeah.
That's just weird. It was like the first girl that came up to him, and he was like, oh yeah.
Rock star life, bro.
It's like you're the bassist. She's going to get home and be like, so you play like guitar or drums or something? He's like, I play the bass, baby. And she's like,
no.
Oh. I gotta go wash my dog's uncle's hair.
See, that's why I didn't go through with it.
She had to wash his
dog's baby's hair. Or whatever
yeah, dog's uncle's.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that was. Yeah, it's a
shock 'em dead.
It's kind of a ridiculous movie, but it's self-aware. It's like a rocksploitation spoof movie that's also like a take on guitarists at the time, I guess. It's got Michael Angelo Batio in it. It's got a decent storyline. It's like a detective that gets murdered, like slasher sci-fi thing.
And it's free on YouTube.
Yeah. I very much enjoy that movie. It's funny. It's cool. It like the main characters do have good acting. Greg, it's all right, but you know what? It's well paced.
Oh, we didn't talk about the trailer park manager.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he goes back. He got kicked out of his trailer park. Martin did.
Yeah, and when he's Angel, he goes back to the trailer park, and he sees that the...
Okay, that's when he actually gets kicked out, and he sees the voodoo lady when he gets kicked out of the trailer park, because the guy's like, you're 6 months behind on rent, and you're playing that damn guitar. I want you out of here.
He said, people are going to line up around the world to see me play.
He's like, the only line you're going to see is the unemployment line. And then he goes back later. Or are you going to say something? I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Well, he goes back later, and all of his shit's outside his trailer. And he's like, that son of a bitch. But there's an inflatable dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's like, not my dinosaur, you monster. Why did he have a dinosaur?
Not my He-Man underwear.
On my blow-up dinosaur. It was Plimby the dinosaur.
So he goes over to the manager's trailer, and the dude just sitting there, just lean back, relax, watching just some weird porn. And then he gets up and goes to the bathroom, and he's like sitting there with the door open.
Yeah, with the door open, and he's just like, it's like, lay off the Burger King, buddy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then Angel walks in, and he's like,
oh yeah, but he, like, I think I'd wait till the guy had pinched it off. Like, you're just gonna walk up in that stank?
And he gives him a swirly.
In his doo-doo.
In his own doo-doo.
Dude didn't even wipe. He's got a poopy butt. He got a poopy toilet, and now he's got poop in the face.
And he's dead because he picks him up out of the toilet and throws him into the living room. Then he picks him up again and throws him outside. And he throws his porn TV at him.
But that, for some reason, when he picks up the TV, he's like, you're fucking crazy. It's like, so him picking you up off the toilet and throwing you outside but don't touch my TV with the porn on. That's crazy.
That's my sacred porn TV.
But they always exaggerate, TVs being thrown in movies. It's like a giant explosion you can see from space. Yeah, but we kind of backtracked there.
Yeah, we forgot about that part. It's funny.
Yes. But, like I said, it's a fun movie. It's not super serious. It's always a good watch. I would watch this before Halloween Kills, is all I'm saying. I've seen that movie a lot. It's cool. I like it. I enjoy it. It's a fun movie, but it's got some good plot points. It's got decent acting. It's got good music. It's, like I said, a slasher kind of sci-fi thing going on. And
it's got Traci Lords. And you don't have to see her nightmare nipples.
We're going back to that. Anyway. Well, that's all I have to say.
That's all.
That.
That's all I have to say about that.
Wasn't it at the weird end of the Weird Al song, that Gump song?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. But the other topic that we had to touch on.
30 years of.
Oh no, not that yet. We were going to talk about Michael Angelo.
Oh.
It's for the music section, the do-do-do music section.
Mab. The dude wears a wig.
What dude?
Michael Angelo Batio.
Yeah, I mean, like, wait, what? Oh, because to match Angel's hair?
No, because he just wears a wig now. I'm talking about now. He's got to be bald. There's no way that's his real hair.
There was a video that we saw that was from a few days ago, and in your head you're like, maybe it's real. But you know deep down, that ain't that dude's hair. But you just don't want to think that he's like, puts that wig on in the morning and is like, yeah, now for my dentures.
And he looks like Rain Man. What's his name?
Alec Baldwin's that dude that just shot somebody.
No, not Alec Baldwin.
He's got them squinty eyes. I don't know. Wait, who were you saying? I don't know. Who are you saying Michelangelo looks like?
He looks like the Rain Man.
Rain Man. Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
He looks like Dustin Hoffman if he had like a shovel face. But I feel bad because Michelangelo seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy apparently.
Yeah.
I've never met him.
I'm sorry.
I know some people that have met him.
I like your wig.
It's a very nice wig.
You got a nice set of chompers in there too.
Yeah.
Did you have to get them removed for your Cinco tan? Me. I'm a tan man. But, okay, his playing. When was the first time that you saw Michelangelo? Playing, like
in general or in the movie?
I meant, like, actually seeing him play the guitar all weird like he does, a hot dog.
When I was 11 and I got an issue of Guitar World that came with a DVD thing.
Oh, was it the Starlix thing, or was it a more recent one?
It was a more, whatever year it was.
Okay.
And it was him noodling, and I was like, this doesn't even sound like music. It's just...
Yeah, it's like, it's impressive that he could do that, but it's like, if I were the band and Shock 'em Dead and some dude came in and did that, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? What are you doing there with your fingers there, bud?
Now, he plays in the band, or in the 80s, he played in the band Nitro. That's how he...
That band is just like, look what I could do.
Yeah, you got him that's like, just like, nude, just, playing guitar as fast as possible, all hot dogging.
It's the equivalent of a band practice where everybody just wants to play as fast as they can.
And then you got Jim Gillette on vocals, and he's like...
It's like inaudible dog whistle music.
Machine gun. Turkey.
But they have some good songs, but it's like, it just seems unnecessary at some points. You're like, okay, could this just be music instead of you? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
This one goes like this.
This one goes like this.
You gotta do the wild smiley guy.
Minor.
If anybody's ever seen that Jim Gillette
vocal power.
Yeah.
Jim Gillette was married to Lita Ford.
Yeah, if you've ever heard Lita Ford talk in an interview, she's probably mentioned that because he was apparently psycho.
Controlling. Well, she was psycho too.
Oh, shit, I don't know either of them. I don't really care for Lita Ford, so... Yep. But I remember thinking, like, why would I want to like, watch this instructional video. Why would I want to play like that? And that's not even like, I think it's crappy. Like, that's his style. That's what he's known for. It's like, why would I want to emulate being like, you know, with your hand over and under the, like, I just find that unnecessary.
And the four-necked guitar.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let me show you an instructional video on a custom guitar that only I have. You can get yours today at Nowhere. Here we go.
And I do. Was it him that did the song "No Boundaries"? I like that song.
I don't know.
The one that's like.
That's hurting my ears, so I bet you people listening are like, ooh.
No, they're not. They love my guitar mouth.
I'm the trumpets. How did you do that with your mouth? What?
Booze ain't food.
But there was... Somebody said to us when we played somewhere, they were like, I'm surprised you guys didn't break out a Death Clock cover. I was like...
Why would we do that?
Is it because that's the only metal band that you know? And we're the only metal band that you know? I don't know. But it's like, you know, if you're watching that instructional video, like, he's like, I'm going to show you how to play guitar like me. And
then he's like, step 1.
Yeah, that's always my favorite.
Here it is slower.
You know how many videos? I'm sure you watch them too. I'm sure anybody that, you know, watched guitar instructional videos knows there are good videos. Marty Friedman.
Vinnie Moore.
Yeah, Vinnie Moore. The ones that I watched over and over and over and over and over again.
Paul Gilbert.
Yep. Paul Gilbert's awesome. But they actually say this is how it is slow, and it's like maybe 100 beats per minute. So it's like... But Michael Angelo Batio is just like... Oh, let me do it a little bit slower. Just like you said. It's like, what am I learning here? You're just showing off for like 30 minutes or an hour. But I liked the Marty Friedman one because, yeah, that's his style. But you could learn a lot from different players, and it's good to get a feel of different styles, I feel like. And the Vinnie Moore one was awesome, too, because he shows you a lot of the pentatonic skills and different runs, and to do, like, pull-off runs and, like picking for everything. And I did those a bunch of times. But yeah, there's good ones and there's bad ones, and I feel like Michael, his name. Could we just say Michael? I'm tired. But Banjo Man.
Mab. Wait, what's it? Is that his actual name? Or
Let's
is
see.
his name like Leroy
Jenkins?
I was going to say McNulty.
I almost looked up Leroy McNulty. What
Michelangelo.
Is
Michael Bangelo.
Is Michael Angelo Batio's name really that? That's probably a bad phrasing.
Yeah, why did you?
Barrios?
Did you misspell that?
No.
Right there, Michelangelo Batio.
Okay.
His name is...
That's his name.
Okay, I guess I was wrong.
That's...
Wait, what does it say he has another name?
I thought you were going to say, does it say he has a wig?
Well, I know he has a wig.
Better known for wearing a wig.
Wait.
He was born in 56. There's no way that's his hair.
He's from Chicago. Well. Oh, he goes by Mike. Mike Batio.
Could we just call him that? Or anything else?
Big Papa Mike Batio.
That's longer.
Mike Babio. Big Wig Mike.
Associated Acts, Nitro, Holland, Jim Gillette, C4, the Michael Angelo Band, the Michael Angelo Batio Band.
Does it say Katrina Johansen? What's that say?
Yeah, it's just, who the hell's that?
I don't know.
Bill Peck. Oh wait, it says it when you hover over it. Katrina Johansen is an American guitarist from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She released her debut. Okay, I don't care. She's just it's just that somebody who
says she
collaborated
played
with.
bass for him.
Okay, so it's just basically somebody he collaborated with. Early life. I will now read the entire. No, I won't. Yeah, but
he was born bald.
He was born horribly disfigured, bald. Aren't we all born bald? We got a little bit of woohoo going up there, but it's not like you come out with like Angel Martin hair.
I did.
I came out looking like a little alien baby, because my eyes were huge.
Happens to the best of them.
Yes, I just saw my Uncle Mike's birthday wish, and he said he liked our podcast. Oddly enough, thank you, Mike. I appreciate. I'm premature in the podcast, but I do appreciate everybody that listens. And if you like listening to this at work or whatever, I can't believe you want to listen to me ramble.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I mean, it's not. Our podcast is not butter. Believe it or not.
It's not paint either.
Charlie, have you been drinking paint?
Hey, we painted the wall.
Yeah.
That was something we did this week.
Yeah, you can barely see. But it was this awful grayish blue that I hate. That's like an insane asylum gray. Who wants their walls that color? A lot of people are like, I really like that color. I'm like, do you also like being crazy? Because I don't get it.
Do you like straight jackets?
Yeah, but we painted it black because it was either that or basically the exact same color as the wall already is. Mm-hmm. In the smaller pans. Oh my gosh, why am I...
Smaller pints?
Smaller cans of paint. I almost said smaller pans of paint.
Pans of paint.
You can't paint it if you can't see it. Yeah, but we got different posters up. We have Beyond the Door, The Evil Dead, and then we have Zombie, and we have King Diamond, Spider's Lullaby over there. It's pretty awesome because we haven't had this Beyond the Door poster up for quite a long time, which is an Italian horror movie, if I am not mistaken. I actually watched that on YouTube.
I don't think so.
Let me look it up.
I mean, everybody's got... Yeah.
It was overdubbed, and I'm pretty sure... Behind the Door is a 1974 supernatural horror film directed by Ovidio G. Well, I embarrassed myself there. Name I can't pronounce. So what country is it from there? Oh, that's a different poster. Yeah, it's Italian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the dubbing in that movie, we could talk about that movie a different time because we're actually going to start watching movies you can't get a hold of on tape because, we'd all like to have the tape of it. We'd all like to put the tape in. But, hey, our VCR is eating our tape. So if anybody has an extra VCR and you just don't...
Send it our way. The P.O. Box is down in the description
you
below.
can if you want. I don't care. It's like, you know what? Everybody knows it. Shit sucks. And it's like, you know what? One of the things that I really enjoy is watching movies with Aaron. And so I do say your name sometimes. But in reference to you talking to other people. Now, I wouldn't just be like, Aaron, I really enjoy watching movies. But, that's one of the few things I really enjoy. And when our VCR is starting to eat our tapes.
But I might have fixed it. I don't know. I've been too afraid to test it.
Yeah, because we have tapes that are kind of hard to find.
Joni Greggins, whatever her name is.
The workout video.
Some 60-year-old woman,
I was like,
mostly
wow,
naked.
I don't want to see this at all. This is gross. But yeah, any leads on VCRs, you don't necessarily have to give us one. I mean, if you want to, knock yourself out. We would very much appreciate it. But I mean, if you know anybody that has one, let us know, because we could definitely use a VCR. So we actually had to watch Shock 'em Dead on YouTube because we were afraid that tape right there was going to get eaten by our VCR. And I would rather actually watch it than risk having our VCR eat that. And I just got Maniac, and we're going to watch that. I want to watch Beyond the Door, and we were looking at a bunch of public domain horror movies.
When we watched Christine before the podcast a couple weeks ago, the VCR tried to eat it.
Christine of all movies. That tape's going to come back for that VCR.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have headlights somehow.
Let's get headlights on the cover. I don't know why.
I mean, on the
like
actual
this.
tape. What is this?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know why I did this. It's going to have headlights.
Pass the meatballs.
There's this guy I went to school with. He was friends with Roger. And he's like...
Roger's our friend that we used to work with. And he's known him.
Like, he was like the most perverted redneck guy ever. And he'd call everything... Like, it didn't matter what you said to him, he would somehow make a boob joke out of it. He'd be like, I like the spark plugs on that girl over there. Like, spark plugs? What's... I like them headlights.
Do people say that?
No, he did. He was like...
I like them soda cans on you, girl.
He said that.
Soda?
He's like...
Soda?
He's like...
Is that Coke or Pepsi in there? Woo!
He's like, I like to squeeze her light bulbs.
Who squeezes light bulbs?
I don't know.
Give me some of them candy jugs.
I told you he was a weird redneck guy.
Look at the shrimp sacks on her.
He's like, well, I'd like to grab her hubcaps. It was mostly car-related stuff, but like...
Because he likes cars and girls. Come on.
Duh.
We got this guy figured out. We're buddies.
We're going to have to get him on the podcast.
Up next on the podcast, sweaty old redneck guy that thinks everything is boobs.
Daniel something. I have to ask Roger.
His last name is something.
Daniel
it's
something.
Actually something.
Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone was a man.
Okay. Did you wanna so human turned 30. I feel like we can't talk too long about this because I feel like we've talked quite a while. Let's see the exact time.
140 something.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yep.
It's a long podcast. You know what? Human turned 30. That was I feel like that was a turning point for death, going from their hardcore death metal to progressive death metal, and they got lineup changes that definitely helped. Cynic guys, no wait, it wasn't him yet. It was Sean Reinhardt and Reinhardt, yeah. I always get that mixed up with the dude who sang for Dark Angel, yeah. I'm having a brain fart. You can't think of the name either?
What? Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be singing. I thought you were saying it. You talking about, what's his name? Well,
if I don't have something ready, you're like, I don't know.
Well, you asked me, and then it's just like, I don't know. Brain's not working. I was just talking about him the other day.
Paul Masvidal.
Yeah.
Steve DiGiorgio.
Steve
Sean
DiGiorno.
Reinhardt. Yeah, Reinhardt. It's Reinhardt. How many years? I've been saying that since... I don't know why I automatically want to say Reinhardt, but I know it's wrong. I don't know why. But yeah, I feel like that was the turning point. That was when they got... I almost said Dan Seagrave. That's the dude who does album art.
Wait, you talking about the producer?
Yes.
Scott Burns?
The guy who's... I sound like an idiot.
It was recorded at Morris Sound by Scott Burns.
Yeah, Scott Burns and Eric Grief. Wow, where did I get Grief? Eric Grief.
Oh, their manager?
Yes. So Eric Grief was involved with this one, and then Scott Burns, you're right, mixed it, and they went to... Was that the first album they did at Morris Sound?
No.
Okay, because that was...
Leprosy they did at Morris Sound.
Yeah, and that's... Was that where Possessed recorded, too?
No.
Okay, yeah, because Possessed was in California. Yeah, because they were on spring break. I have an itchy nose, and I feel like it's driving me nuts. Sorry.
Scream Bloody Gore was recorded in California.
And this was, I mean, there were so many great songs on this. Like,
and it came out on your birthday, but 2 years before you were born.
Yep. That's a cool album to share a birthday with.
What album shares my birthday?
I don't know. You look that up.
I don't have a laptop in front of me.
Let me stop what I'm doing to look up birthday albums. What? Metal album?
Doesn't have to be metal. Maybe Shania Twain album came out on my birthday. Uh-oh. Man, I feel like a woman.
July 2nd, 1992. I know that from calling in so much from our last job.
Dirt.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
It says Dirt, Alice in Chains. All right, cool.
But did it come
September 29th, 1992.
That's not my birthday.
I put July 2nd. I don't know. Oh, Eric Clapton.
Oh.
Wow. Eric Clapton.
At least it wasn't like Billy Ray Cyrus or something. That was like the year before. Images and Words.
Number 1 song on July 2nd, 1992. Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
All right.
That's his. I get Human by Death. He gets Sir Mix-a-Lot. I remember my Aunt Mary thought he was saying Baby Get Back. And Maria was like, why would he say that? I don't know, Nirvana? Look, we could look it up at a different time unless you want the laptop right now.
Yeah, give me that laptop. You talk.
Like I haven't been this whole time. It's like if I stop, it's just like... But yeah, Human was... It's got so many great songs on it. I remember that was... I really liked... Obviously... you know what? Spiritual Healing was it. I never was super crazy about that album, and I read somewhere where it said that Human is a continuation of Spiritual Healing, and I was like, I don't think so. Like, those songs, I feel like the riffs were a little bit more slow, and it was just kind of droning, and it's like, okay. Like, the title track is good. I really like that song, but the rest of the album, when I listen to Death... I'm probably going to listen to every album but that one. And it's not that I don't like it. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite.
Which one?
Spiritual Healing.
Oh. The album that came out on my birthday was My Bloody Valentine's album, Loom. Never heard it.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yep.
Sounds like one of those, like, emo bands or some shit.
No.
I don't know them. I feel like an idiot.
Why?
I don't know who that is.
Neither does the internet because it's not loading. My Bloody Valentine are an Irish-English band formed in Dublin in 1983. Since 1983. Alternative indie. It's like one of them dang old Modest Mouse bands or something.
Nothing good.
Offended somebody, surely.
Who's listening to this who's like, you don't talk about Modest Mouse.
You don't make fun of My Bloody Valentine's album Loom that came out July 2nd, 1992 on the day you're born. My favorite Death album is Individual Thought Patterns.
That one is great. I always have trouble picking my favorite Death album because I love Human, I love Individual Thought Patterns, and, like I was saying, like, I love Scream Bloody Gore and Leprosy. They're awesome, but I almost consider them, like, completely different, which I'm sure a lot of people do. I said that, like, you might not have heard this ever, but I'm saying, that's two different eras of Death.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really like the progressive stuff. And I prefer the middle era of Death. And the beginning. Both. Okay. Everything but Spiritual Healing, basically. And I love Leprosy. I remember learning all the songs on guitar for that album because it's not that, I mean, that's not that complicated. And I had just really started practicing guitar whenever I really started to like Death. And I remember like practicing all the songs. And back then, I didn't have Songster or anything or any tabs or anything that were accessible. So I would go into Windows Media Player and somehow I got the songs in there and I would slow them down for like a solo or something so I could listen. And every day after school, I'd be down in the basement, doing that. But I love Death. Love that album. Maybe we could talk about it a little bit more at a different time. I'm not saying wrap it up. If you've got anything to say, you go ahead.
Oh, happy birthday, human.
I like how there was a Decibel article, I think, on the album, and it gave the skeleton and the half there guy with the guts a party hat and a yeah. We'll cover Death.
Yeah, we'll do another deep dive on Death.
Deep dive in the dumpster dive on Death.
The deep dumpster dive of Death.
What a day!
We'll see them at the Butter Bowl.
Yep.
Well, what else we got to talk about?
I don't know. That's all we got.
Yep. That's it for this podcast.
Yep. We'll be back to rant some more. At least I will be.
I'll sit over here and say funny things every once in a while.
You say more than that.
Hopefully it's funny, not offensive.
If anybody's offensive, it's me.
Why?
Because I don't quit talking. But yeah, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, good on you. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us.
Yeah, we have a Patreon and stuff if you feel like doing that.
And
we'll have extra stuff. Like we were gonna do an extra video of whatever we want. Maybe like a review of an album or something. Not new album. Not a new album. We're not doing reviews of newer albums or anything for a new band.
Unless it's a good old band with a new a good old band with a new album.
Good old band, not good old band, good old band.
If there's a good old boy out there playing banjo real good, we'll review him.
Michael Banjo, get your banjo over here and we'll review that banjo just for banjo.
Or James Ray, get your banjo out of your butt and get down here.
Why the hell would James Ray be listening to this?
I don't know. He's our buddy.
If you're listening, James, hey, you know what? We've been rambling too long. Thank you for listening.
And if you got a VCR, that's P.O. Box 402, Caneyville,
call
Kentucky.
555-5555. No, we'll put it down in the description if you really want to send us anything. Please, no feces, no squirrel bones. That's the only...
No cat food. We have plenty... Oh, no, if you want to send cat food, we've got
I love cat food. I usually... we give it to our cat.
If you want to give our cat Susie a nice treat, you can mail it to P.O. Box 402, Caneyville, Kentucky 42721.
And on that note,
see you later.
We're gonna get going. Bye. Thanks, guys.
Love you, Pep Pep.